Apologies in Advance is the second full-length album from Sylvan LaCue, and he is a Miami, Florida rapper, and this album has quite a big concept to it. Basically, Apologies in Advance is all surrounding the idea of people grouping together in an AA meeting and spouting out their issues that they go through every day. And throughout this album, there are many skits where people talk through issues that they have, and these skits are played from 1 to 12, step 1 all the way going down to 12, each one having a different sort of idea, where it's like, you know, getting uncomfortable just so you can kind of push yourself in a situation that you might not already be in to make yourself better, and then the next step is like being yourself. And honestly, as a concept, I think this is so nice. Like, I love the idea of that Sylvan LaCue is so up for improving himself and helping others improve themselves. Like, the idea of that is so great to me. Like, I feel like he's more than just a musician, an artist, because he really is trying to reach into the audience and sort of grab them and bring them in and make them think about themselves and who they are. Might sound a bit hippy dippy, blurdy dirty dirty, but you know, I don't know, you don't hear albums like this usually, and I think it's done pretty well. I think Sylvan LaCue has a good voice for this, honestly. I think he can be the voice of reason when it comes to this, because he's a good rapper. He has a lot of good things to say and good advice to give. And the skits do bring this album home too. It's sort of like a nice addition to the album, because this album could have easily been done without those skits, but I think the skits were necessary. But unfortunately, I think it's just a shame on my part that I do enjoy the idea and the concept of this album than the album itself. Like, I'm just sort of finding it a bit difficult to pull myself into the music. Like, I'm pulled into the concept easily, but the music itself is so low-key. The instrumentals are very soft, you know, there's not really much density, not much going on within the albums. It's mixed in a very, like, jazzy, soft, sort of easy listening, sophisticated way. Even with, like, how low-key it is, as I've said, and, like, how jazzy and, like, so, like, quiet and soft it is, it's still incredibly feel-good throughout. I mean, there are so many bright moments. Like, it doesn't shine completely, but just the overall feel of his voice and just the music and the tone as well, and what he's singing about and rapping about is very just uplifting and positive, which I do really appreciate as well. Like, listening to this album, I'm kind of like in a nice little zone, you know? I'm like in a... There are some peppy tracks in the track listing though, like Empathy. I love the piano sample that crosses all the way through, and the way Sylvan's rapping here is quite catchy. I love the way he's like sort of, I don't know, his flow is a lot different on this track than the majority of the album, I think. I think this one stands out a lot more. And the singer, Björn, I don't know how you say her name, it's spelled quite weirdly. She comes in with a really lovely voice. I love her part of the song, and melodically I just think this one has more of a, like, I don't know, I just think it has something more ear-grabbing than the rest of the tracks here. Like, Coffee Break is a bit of like a, like, the instrumental just kind of blows by, you know? It's just not enough for me to kind of be completely enthralled with what's going on. Sylvan LaCue does also sing quite a bit on this album, which he's not bad at, but I just don't think it goes over that well. Like, on Perfect Imperfections, it just sounds like a really poppy rap song, and I don't know, I think it leans too far onto the pop side, if anything, because I'm just not really that interested in the way he sings. Like, I think he could have probably got on like a feature as a singer as opposed to having himself sing. Perfect Imperfections. It's like not bad, and I feel like it's probably the most accessible song on the album. You might enjoy this the most, but I don't know, there's something about it. It's a bit too sugary, I think. It's just a bit, I don't know, it's just a bit, makes me kind of go, it makes me wince a bit the way he's singing. I just don't think it was that great of a song. But Love and Sacrifice, man, this is easily the best song on the album. I freaking love this track. I think the beat is so good. It reminds me of like some sort of like old school boom bappy beat, but sort of in a modern way, like in a Joey Badass way, or maybe even like a J. Cole. I feel like J. Cole would get on this kind of beat and do it quite well. But Sylvan LaCue, man, he kills it on this one. His just flow is so great, his delivery, it's everything's so sharp on this track. I feel like if the album had gone in more of this direction for the whole way through, but kept the same lyrical themes, I think I'd have been really interested with what was going on. But I just feel like I fall in and out of it, you know. Every now and then I pick up sort of like where the skits come in, and I'm sort of like focusing on what's going on there, and then the track comes on and I'm just sort of like I'm just not feeling like I'm brought in by everything, you know. Like, it's sort of like one of those albums where the lyrics are all there but the music isn't enough to capture you, you know? Like, that happens quite a lot. I think it happened, like, with the Mountain Goats album. That was one album that I certainly felt like that with, too. And 555, the closing track as well, kind of brings it all home, brings it all together. And this track is amazing, man. Friggin' hell. Like, if Love and Sacrifice is amazing, then this one is probably equally as amazing. Just a stellar closing track. And I feel like it's a bit of a reference to Jay-Z's 444 too, because he does mention how, like, oh, Jay-Z was like a millionaire even before 444. So I think he's sort of trying to play into the idea that, like, you know, you still have, like, a lot of bad points, even though you can still get better, you know, improve yourself, just like how, like, Jay-Z was sort of, like, on a bit of a down. And then even then he still came back up and created something amazing. I think that's what he's playing at here. That sort of, you know, you can always alter the way you become, your future. You can change things. And I don't know, I like the message a lot here. I think he sells this idea incredibly well. It's just, again, the music's just not quite there for me. But as an overall album, this, I can't really, you know, complain about it just because of the way he's kind of coming in. He's still a young guy and he still has all these ideas. He has still a lot to say. And he's kind of influential in that kind of way. I feel like a lot of people could listen to this and relate to it. So yeah, I really applaud Sylvan LaCue for this. It's a pretty good album. I would go with a C+, I think. Not in love with it, but definitely recommend it as a good hip-hop album to start the year, for sure. And I'm sure this is going to end up going overlooked. Whether it deserves to or not, I don't think it deserves to. But it's just a shame that he probably won't garner that much of a big traction from this, because it's not like your average hip-hop album. It's not like trendy or anything like that. He's really going for something quite unique here, and I definitely think he deserves recognition for it, because this is pretty cool. And I like that the academics line where he's like, my brother or something is watching academics and he doesn't even know how to spell academics. That's a funny line. Oh man, DJ Academics, what a wormy guy. Definitely interested to see where he's going to go in the future. For now, I do like his sound. The 555 and The Love and Sacrifice are definitely amazing songs that I'll be going back to for sure. For sure. And yes, if you have heard this album, let me know what you think. And if you do listen to it, let me know what you think afterwards, whatever, you know. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews if you like this review. And hit the notification bell button thing. And that's it. Have a good day. Have a good day.